Welcome to the world of entertainment. This is the football segment of the channel, and this time we are presenting you the match reactions from the Game Week 6 of the Premier League. First up at the London Stadium was the London Derby between West Ham and Tottenham. The game ended with a 3-2 victory to the away side. Initially, the home side was in cruise control, creating opportunities, and Spurs were under some pressure. Against the run of play, Kane scored a poacher's goal. Spurs grew into the game, and within few minutes he scored again and the game was all but won. Spurs started second half positively, and within the hour mark they extended their lead by 3 goals, with a strike from Christian Eriksen. Kane was unlucky not to get the hat-trick as he hit the post twice in the second half. Chicharito pulled one back for the host immediately, and within few minutes Aurier was sent off for a second yellow by Mike Oliver. West Ham started to attack again, and they did pull one back through Checo Kouyaté, but it wasn't enough as Spurs ended with 3 points. This loss at home means the home side have just 4 points out of the first 6 games, and they are reeling at the 18th position. At Turf Moor began the clash between Burnley and Huddersfield. It was not one of the best games, to be fair, and it ended in a goalless draw, with neither side failing to create any significant chances. The only positives from the game for either team are that they both managed to keep a clean sheet and are present in the top half of the table, though performances like these could see them out of there very soon. At the Goodison Park was a contest between Everton and Bournemouth, and Nias helped the home side get the vital 3 points with 2 wonderful strikes in a gap of 5 minutes. Earlier, Joshua King of Bournemouth helped the visitors get the lead early in the second half with a magnificent strike. This result sees the Toffees at the 14th position with 7 points and Cherries with 3 points at the 19th position. Everton had a bright start to the game but failed to capitalize. They were denied 2 consequential penalty shouts, and that, among other things like team selection and tactics of Ronald Koeman, were the main talking points of the game. The substitutes made a major difference as both Tom Davies and Omar Nias were instrumental for the home side in the victory. Next at the Etihad was a stumping of Crystal Palace as Man City thrashed Palace final to retain the top position after the game week 6. Palace started the game with purpose and caused few troubles to the City defense. The highlight of the half was when Loftus-Cheek made a very good run and had a shot from outside the box, which hit the post. Leroy Sané began the rout for City as he scored just before half-time. Raheem Sterling piled on misery for the visitors with a double strike early in the second half. The customary Aguero goal came in the 79th minute as substitute Fabian Delph scored a beautiful goal to wrap up the game for the host. This game sees the Palace side with no goals in their first 6 games. Time will tell whether their fate changes, as their next 2 games are against Manchester United and Chelsea. Next up was the game at St Mary's, where Manchester United completed a hard-fought victory against Southampton as they clinched a 1-0 victory over the Saints through a first-half strike from Romelu Lukaku. Southampton began the game at a brisk pace and were causing trouble to the United defence. United, who were solely dependent on counter-attack the whole game, got the goal in a similar fashion. United were in cruise control over the first half. Saints began the second half swiftly, and the United side was in the back foot for the whole half. Their substitutions were defensive too, as they brought Herrera, Smalling and Blind to stop the Southampton side from scoring. United are now second in the table through goal difference. The game ended in a controversial way as Jose Mourinho was sent off, apparently for stupid reasons. At the Liberty Stadium, Watford snatched 3 points as they defeated Swansea 2-1. Watford dominated from the beginning and Gray opened the scoring for the visitors. Toby Abraham pulled one back for the host in the second half, but it wasn't enough as Watford went again through Richarlison in the 90th minute. Swansea's defending was poor throughout the game, and they would want to improve that part of the game if they want to do good this season. Lack of Sigurdsson is showing in their attacking front, and the likes of Boney and Abraham have to work very hard and provide with goals for the Welsh side. Tactically, the Swans were very poor as they began with a backfire and they never looked like causing trouble to Watford. Elsewhere, Alvaro Morata was the star of the show as his hat-trick saw Chelsea defeat the Potters 4-0 at the Britannia Stadium. Morata began the scoring very early in the game with a composed finish in a 1-on-1 against Butland. Pedro made it 2-0 with a wonderful strike at the half-hour mark. Morata finished it up with 2 very good strikes in the end as Stoke City were humbled by the defending champions. This victory sees the London side 3 points behind Manchester City and Manchester United at the third position, and Stoke City are at the 16th position. Alvaro Morata's hat-trick has shown that Chelsea fans need not be worried by Diego Costa as they have a new talisman in Morata. Arguably, the match of the day was a 17:30 kickoff at the King Power Stadium between Leicester City and Liverpool. Liverpool were dominant from the beginning as Stan hit the post early into the game only for Salah to miss from few yards. But he made amends soon enough as he scored a wonderful header from Coutinho cross to make it 1-0 for the visitors. Soon Coutinho made it 2-0 with a beautiful free kick. Simon Mignolet again showed why Liverpool need to look beyond him and Lloris Karius, as his dreadful attempt to punch the ball from the corner ended up giving Okazaki a chance which he took successfully to make it 2-1 right at the end of first half. The game was wide open in the second half and Liverpool's Henderson made it 3-1 from a quick and calm counter-attack. More was to come, of course, as Leicester showed how bad Liverpool's defence was when Gray's shot was parried by Mignolet into the path of Vardy and he made it 3-2. Almost immediately, Liverpool's defence was cut wide open again by a through ball from Andy King, and Vardy was brought down by Mignolet inside the penalty box. Vardy failed to make it 3-3 as his dreadful penalty was saved by a smart Mignolet. Eventually, Leicester failed to trouble the Liverpool defence anymore, and the game finished 3-2 victory for the away side. This result sees Liverpool at the 5th position and Leicester reeling at the 17th position. Only positive from the first 6 games for Leicester City is that they have faced 4 of the previous season's top 6 in their first 6 games, and they will be hoping to do better from now on. That's all for now. We will be back tomorrow with the Newcastle game against Brighton and West Brom's visit to the Emirates. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and join the community. Bye.